In the last 12 months, while Indian IT was busy giving press conferences about AI being just a productivity enabler, something else was happening quietly without headlines in India. Over 1 million consultants at the world's largest professional services firm have been trained, certified, and deployed on cloud. Let me give you the breakdown. Accenture 30,000 cloud trained practitioner. Deloitte 470,000 employees with cloud access. Cognizant 350,000 deployments. PwC 30,000 professionals being trained right now, scaling towards hundreds of thousands globally. Infosys signed its own Anthropic deal last week, quietly for regulated industries. And TCS, the largest Indian IT firm, confirmed in April that a formal Anthropic partnership is coming. Their COO already said it on record. Add it up. 1 million practitioner already committed, already trained, already shipping client work. This is not a future threat. This is not a press release about exploring AI partnership. This is 1 million people with Claude in their hand competing for the same contracts that built Bangalore, Hyderabad and Pune over the last 30 years. And almost nobody in Indian tech YouTube has put this number on screen yet. So let me explain what just happened and why every developer watching this video need to understand what this number actually means for your career. For the last 3 decades, Indian IT services had one core sale pitch. We give you thousands engineers at one third the cost of an American consulting firm. That was the entire business model. Cost arbitrage, volume, bench depth, the ability to ramp up 100 engineers in 2 weeks for a project that Accenture or Deloitte would charge 3 times more to staff. That model worked because there was a real gap between what Accenture could deliver and what TCS could deliver. American consultant designed the strategy. Indian engineer wrote the code. That gap just closed. Here's the part most people are missing. When Accenture trained 30,000 consultants on cloud code, those consultants don't just advise client on AI strategy anymore. They write the code. They ship the system, they modernize the mainframe, they migrate the COBOL. When Deloitte rolls Claude out to 470,000 employees, every audit analyst, every supply chain consultant, every operation manager in that firm now has an agentic AI on their desktop, doing the work that used to be sent offshore. When PwC report that insurance underwriting cycles dropped from 10 weeks to 10 days using Claude, those 10 weeks used to be billed to PwC consultant who managed an offshore team in Mumbai or Bangalore. The 10-day cycle does not need the offshore team. The 10-day cycle is one PwC consultant with Claude replacing the entire delivery layer. That is the part Indian IT did not see coming. Let me show you why this number 1 million is the number that matters. For 30 years, the global consulting industry has had a hidden architecture. At the top, strategy partners at Accenture, Deloitte, PwC, Cognizant, they sit with the CEO. In the middle, managers and senior consultants, they scope the projects. At the bottom, the delivery layer, most of which got outsourced to India. Tens of thousands of engineers writing code, running tests, managing tickets, maintaining systems. That bottom layer is where Indian IT lived. That bottom layer is where Indian IT made its money. What Claude is doing is collapsing the middle and the bottom layer into one person plus a model. A PwC consultant with Claude Code can now scope, design, build, and ship a transformation project that used to require 30 Indian engineers underneath them. Insurance underwriting from 10 weeks to 10 days. The security work from hours to minutes. Mainframe modernization 70% faster. HR transformation prototypes built in 1 week instead of 6 months. Those numbers are not marketing claims. They are the official PwC press release published yesterday, May 14, 2026. Delivery improvement of up to 70%. 70% improvement means 70% fewer billable hours, means 70% less revenue for the delivery partner, means 70% fewer engineer needed to ship the work. When the largest professional services firm in the world tell you in their own words that their AI deployment are delivering 70% faster result, they are not telling you about innovation. They are telling you about who they no longer need. Now here is the uncomfortable part. The Indian IT response to all this has been to also sign deal with Anthropic. Infosys signed last week. TCS partnership announcement is reportedly imminent. Wipro, Tech Mahindra, SCL Tech, LTI every major Indian IT firm is racing to deploy cloud internally. And on the surface, that sounds smart. They are adopting AI too. They will stay competitive. But look at the actual math. When Accenture deploy cloud across 30,000 consultants, every one of those consultants becomes individually 3 to 5 times more productive. Accenture keeps the same number of consultants. The output multiplies, the margin expands, the premium pricing stays. When TCS deploys Claude across 600,000 employees, the same productivity multiplier kicks in. But TCS sell time of humans, not outcomes. The moment a TCS engineer is 3 times more productive, the client first question is, great, then bill me for one third the engineer. The same technology deployed in two different business models produce opposite outcomes. For Accenture, Claude multiplies revenue per employee. For TCS, Claude compresses revenue per employee. This is why Anthropic has captured 40% of enterprise AI market in 12 months, up from 24% a year ago. They didn't just sell software, they picked a side. They built their go-to-market motion around the consulting firms that sell outcomes, not the IT services firm that sell labor. Indian IT is signing the same deal, but the deal are not symmetric. The same product gives Accenture leverage and gives TCS pressure. So what does this mean for you? An Indian developer watching this video tonight. Three things. Listen carefully. First, the competition is no longer Accenture versus TCS. It's 1 million Claude ARM consultant versus 5 million Indian IT employees with traditional skills. That ratio is not in your favor. It will get worse before it gets better, because every quarter those 1 million consultants get more Claude trained. The skill gap is widening in real time. Second, Indian IT response to this is going to be to deploy Claude internally and quietly reduce headcount. That's what Project Fluidity at TCS is. That's what Project Leap at Cognizant is. The companies that signed Anthropic deal are not trying to save your job. They are trying to save their margins. There is no version of this where your job and their margin both survives. Third, the engineer who are going to be fine are the engineers who treat Claude as their own multiplier, not their employer. The senior engineer in Bangalore quietly pulling 60 to 80 LPA in remote AI roles right now. They learned to ship Claude augmented work 2 years ago. The one who waited are getting the mail starts with due to strategic restructuring. You don't fight million Claude trained consultant by working harder. You fight them by becoming one yourself. I want to end this with one observation. When PwC made yesterday announcement, the most revealing line was not about insurance underwriting or security operation. It was a single number buried in the press release, $2 trillion. That is a global enterprise inefficiency that AI is now being deployed to eliminate. Read that number again, $2 trillion. That 2 trillion was not inefficiency from the consultant perspective. That 2 trillion was the entire revenue base of the global IT services industry. The hour, the project, the offshore team, the maintenance contract, that was the inefficiency. That was the gap that paid for Bangalore. When the world's largest consulting firm tells you in writing that AI is now positioned to capture that $2 trillion, what they are really telling you is that the era of getting paid for managing the inefficiency is over. The new era is getting paid for eliminating it. 1 million consultants have already chosen which side of that they want to be on. The question every Indian developer need to answer tonight is, which side are you on? Because the spreadsheet that decide the next round of layoffs at TCS, Infosys, Wipro and Cognizant has already been written, and 1 million people just learned how to read it.